What up, everyone? This is Tyler Weeb from WeebFit.com. Welcome back to my YouTube. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Life's just kind of gotten busy, and these kind of just fell by the wayside. So, back at it now. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about kind of my current goals right now. I currently just entered a fat loss phase this week. First check-in was in today. So this is my first fat loss phase in almost 3 years. When I last stepped on stage for a physique show. So yeah, I've been in a surplus for this whole time. Since that physique show, I've put on essentially 40 pounds since then. 20 pounds since October. So kind of just a little backstory to everything. I just had my third powerlifting meet this last Sunday, so February 19th. It was a great meet. I hit a 60-pound PR meet in my meet, so that was awesome. This is my first time competing in a heavier weight class. I was in the 105 kilos, so up to 230 pounds, whereas before I was down in the 93, so anything just right up to that 205-pound mark. Me and my coach Paul Ravella, we decided that last October that we were going to move up a weight class, so we really got aggressive with my adding my calories in, just to ensure that I could try and get up to close to as 230 pounds as possible. It was definitely an interesting experience. I have a very good metabolism, and so for me to put on weight, it's actually can be pretty difficult. By the end of it, we got up to about 5,000 calories a day. It actually got to the point where 2 weeks before the meet, I actually had to tell him to stop adding food in. I couldn't eat anymore. I was starting to dislike eating. I was starting to just not want to eat anymore, and so kind of at that point, I knew that it was time to take a break from my surplus, essentially. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be not too happy hearing that, but such is the case. Everyone has their metabolism the way it is. Fortunately for me, I've been blessed with a really good metabolism that allows me to just eat an abundance of food and not put on a whole lot of fat. That was kind of another thing that I really wanted, was to just, getting to that 220 pounds. I didn't want to put on a lot of fat. Because my opinion is that if you're going to spend all these hours in the gym, prepping your food, weighing it out, making sure that you kind of have your nutrient timing down, what's the point of doing all that work and not looking like you work out? To me, that's kind of counterintuitive and kind of a waste of time almost. So that was very important to me, and we were actually able to really pull that off, and I put on very minimal body fat there. Of course, you're going to get a little bit eating that much food and being in that much of a surplus, but for me, unfortunately, I didn't put on too much body fat. So yeah, so competed. Great day, awesome day. I was pretty happy. So the very next day, we started our fat loss phase. So we cut my macronutrients down a bit. There's still quite a bit. See, I'm still on workout days. I'm still at 560 grams of carbs a day and 110 grams of fat. So for most people, that's they can probably only dream of ever reaching, those type of numbers. But for me, it's a bit of a cut, and still, still quite a bit of food, but I'm still now really having to kind of watch what I'm eating, making sure I'm planning my days a bit better, things like that, which is definitely a skill that I've kind of got out of once my calories got so high that I just didn't have the need to plan my day. It was kind of just, eat whatever, whenever, and just try my hardest to hit those 5,000 calories. It's actually a lot harder than you think. Trying to hit those numbers day in and day out when, sometimes the last thing you want to see is more food. Especially, with a job like mine, I have very little time to eat throughout the day. I usually have an hour, and then I'm basically done my day at 3. Quick eat on my way to the gym, something. Then I'm home, and then I'm eating. So for me, a lot of it was coming down to I was just eating so much in the evenings. I would get home at 5:30 from the gym, and I would essentially eat from about 5:30 to 8 o'clock. So almost, essentially 3.5 hours. I would consistently eat, just kind of stuff in my face, and just trying to hit those numbers. I had a bad habit of leaving 2,000 calories towards the end of the day. And I mean, you try to hit 2,000 calories before bed, it's not easy. Even with likes of ice cream, cereal, and other things kind of at your disposal, it's you can lose the joy of eating, treats essentially. So so that really made me, know that it was time for a break, time to lose some fat. And also, I've been building muscle for the last 3 years. Time to kind of see what's underneath kind of that fluff that I've put on. And I'm pretty excited to kind of just see what 2.5, 3 years of hard work, day in, day out, of going to the gym, putting in the time, weighing out the food, lifting the weights, and what that's going to look like there at the end. So yeah, first week, so nothing too crazy. Just kind of getting used to being in a fat loss phase again. Having to do a little bit of cardio again, just kind of get that extra caloric burn. So just starting out at 3 days, 15-minute steady state sessions, nothing too crazy. I haven't done cardio in probably more than 6 months. Maybe more, yeah, more than that. And so I just have really no base for a cardiovascular right now. So what we're doing is just kind of building that base. Just nothing too crazy, nothing too intense, just so we can kind of get back to me being able to do sprints, some high intensity intervals, so I don't really have to do boring steady state cardio. Even 15 minutes for me is hard. I hate it. Even with my iPhone, music, social media, like, I mean, yeah, 15 minutes seems like forever for me. I was definitely not made for cardio, so I'm pretty excited to be done with that already. Even though it's only been 1 week and I'm sick and tired of it already, I'm ready for my sprints. If I had a choice, I don't think I would do any cardio, but sometimes you got to do what is necessary to reach the goals. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting because I don't have a show that I'm planning on doing. I'm not planning on stepping on stage. It's just purely me wanting to lose some body fat. I've got about 5 weeks that I'm taking off for Europe for a month. So these next 5 weeks are going to be pretty interesting in terms of kind of where we go, how much can I lose before I leave for Europe. Because, I mean, that's going to be a whole different beast. Backpacking through Europe. Not too sure what my plans are yet for the gym and eating. The nutrition will be quite flexible for sure. Because, I mean, who's going to measure while you're backpacking in Europe if you don't really have to? I mean, frick. Not going to say no to German food, German beer, anything. So that'll be an interesting time, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Right now, I'm just kind of focused on these next 5 weeks. Just try and get a little bit stronger, try to get a little bit leaner, and just kind of keep going and keep building for later this year. Probably do another powerlifting meet then. Kind of take most of the year off. I did 3 in 8 months, so at the end of the year, I was starting to feel pretty beat up, mentally and physically. So I think the break's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good thing for me. Kind of just step back, just go to the gym and just lift weights and eat food and get lean. I think it's gonna be pretty sweet. So yeah. So today was my first check-in. Checked in at 220 pounds, 33.5 inches on my waist. A little disappointed that I didn't lose any weight this first week. This is only my third time dieting down at all. This will be the most extended one since my physique meet. So it kind of gets in my mind that because I have such a good metabolism that, I can maintain my weight at 5,000 calories a day. So any drop in calories, I should lose weight, right? Like, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But what I have noticed is a bit of a pattern that it does actually take me 3 or so weeks to actually kind of get moving, get the momentum going, and that my body actually kind of starts to drop weight. Usually we have to do 1 or 2, sometimes even 3 cuts to my macronutrients um, to actually start facilitating that loss. So I mean, even though I'm pretty disappointed that it's no one likes to see no one likes food being taken away from them. Um, so well, it's only week 1. We'll kind of just keep going, just keep trucking along. I mean, trust the process. You know it'll come. I mean, as long as you're in a caloric deficit, um, the fat loss will come. I mean, that is the one unfortunate thing about having such a good metabolism is that although you can maintain weight at such high levels of food, it can take a little bit more to go into fat loss because the metabolism will just adapt so quickly to that caloric total. So, yeah, I think that's everything for today. Nothing too crazy. I mean, like I said, it's only week 1. Got 5 more weeks to go before Europe, so I'm sure we'll start to see changes here pretty soon this week. Kind of keep posting on my Instagram. Go check it out, Team Weeb Fit. Got a bit of a fun goal going on during this fat loss phase. My goal is to kind of have a treat every day into my caloric total, just to really show that what you eat doesn't matter in terms of fat loss or health, but it's more so how much you eat. I'm a huge proponent of flexible dieting. Go check out my second YouTube video, kind of just on my thoughts on flexible dieting if you have not yet already. So it's gonna be fun to just kind of put it to a test in a fat loss phase. It's been a long time, and I've learned a lot about flexible dieting these last couple of years. So pretty excited to give that a try. Yeah, I think that's about it for today. If you have any questions, comments, just go ahead, leave those below. Hit subscribe. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, check out my website if you're interested in any custom nutrition or training. Love to hear from you. Love to help you reach your goals. Yeah, thanks again, and come back next week. Check out the second update. Thanks, guys.